Hey, this is Anney.
And Samantha.
And welcome to Stuff I Never Told You, a production of iHeartRadio.
And welcome to another happy hour where I talk about hobbies.
Yes.
And interests. Yeah, that's what's happening today. But before we start, we are not sponsored by any of the things that I am going to talk about. It's more of just like, I'm interested in this. How far am I going to go into this? Ruh-roh. If you're doing happy hour-ish things, do so responsibly. Anney, are you happy hour-ishing things? That was a word.
I'll take it. Yeah. Yes. I still have my red wine. Remember when I used to make gin and tonics? I miss those days. If we ever get back to our Sex in the City.
Yes, we do have to do that soon. I don't think this year. I don't think we're going to end up doing it this year.
We have not forgotten it, though, listeners.
No, we're coming back.
Maybe I'll do a special. I'll bring that back.
Well, we also need to do cocktails and beers. Like, we have fallen a little behind on what this was because this was supposed to be less research, but it wasn't when I was like, I have to find products and I have to special order this. And I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that's what it takes. So that's why we're being a little lazy-ish. I don't put that as ish.
Yeah, I mean, a happy hour, you can talk about all kinds of things.
Right. All the things. That's what we want to do. And today I'm talking about whether or not I'm going to take a hobby that I have into the next level. So, Anney, I think I told you this recently, but I have in my Zumba/dance jam, cardio jams, whatever you want to call it, classes, have kind of stepped up. I've been in these classes since probably like 2015. So pretty long time, over 10 years, 11 years almost. And I love my people. Like, I really hold them dear as a group of friends that I love. As in fact, before the pandemic, I think we had a birthday party and several of those friends came to my party. It was really odd, not because they were there, but because I had different sets of friends there that I was trying to get to mesh. And I had new friends that I met at work. That was before, that was my last official big birthday thing because it made me panic because I did such things of bringing all those groups together. But all that to say is I have a really fun time with them. It is my release. And for the past, after pandemic, this has been my socialization. I don't even see my closest friends, but outside of you, Anney, but every few months. And honestly, if we didn't work together, I probably wouldn't see you. Not because we don't want to, because we haven't done our Sunday in forever.
Yeah.
So that was a pretty big deal. We finally did some stuff and got together because of The Last of Us, and it was traditionally done at our house. So we started it, we stuck with it, and we'll do it again. But since then, I haven't seen you at the house. You come to dog sit, but not really do anything else. Now I'm thinking about it. Did we do something else in between then?
My birthday, we went out.
Your birthday,
yes, for dinner.
But I took you back home, didn't I? You didn't come to the house.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah. Well, look, I had an excellent Sunday this Sunday.
Oh, without us. Rude.
And I was thinking, well, because part of it is your partner's been traveling a lot lately.
Yes.
And he really needs to be there, but we need to do it again soon because I was like, I've missed doing this.
We have not had our time together where you have all of the themed cocktails, and then you and
thoughts
and my partner loudly talk about thoughts and theories and things that you can't believe people don't know or they should know loudly while I'm going to bed, which is a happy time for all of us.
Mm-hmm.
But with that, so yes, I've been doing these classes for a while. And that's a joy that I have is I love to dance. I have always loved to dance. I've loved to dance since childhood. I tried to get into dance companies. I wasn't that good. I think it was just my self-esteem is so low that if I can't do it immediately, then I just quit. And that's kind of what happened with that. But when I was in cheerleading, I loved that because we got to dance. We got to do routines. And that's something that really feeds me that I just love. So my good friends, shout out, I don't think they'll ever listen to the show, but I had two friends, Cassie and Christina. The three of us were trios, and we would do dance routines together because those two were actually in companies and they were competitive and good. I was very jealous because they were in all the activities, but they were only children with lots of money. But all of that to say is, like, we would do routines together. I think I've told the story about how we had a cat funeral for a kitten that died immediately after being birthed. And so we sang Wilson Phillips songs over this graveyard. Yes, we did, Annie. Yes, we did. Like, that's some of the things that I grew up loving doing. And so, by the way, when I saw Bridesmaids and they brought that song back, I was like, my song! I have so many memories of that. Anyway, yeah, how could they without us? It's okay, I'm fine. But since then, I've really found a lot of joy in doing these classes with this group of people who love it as much as I do. Like I said, I think previously a TikTok video talked about how these classes were the new dance club for the millennials, because we don't want to go out, but we just want to dance with people and have a good time. So I have stepped up that game in teaching routines myself during these classes. I will shout out to my teacher, Fred, and Gigi, who are two of the instructors that I have been recently taking classes with. They have really pulled me up to do these things. And when I make up a routine, they're like, yes, come do it. So it's so encouraging. But with that, people in those classes have asked me to start teaching. And I'm like, oh, should I? But again, my self-esteem in that I am 45 years old now, y'all. I am tired. Sitting at this chair, I just complained it was hurting my knee. I met the deductible this year trying to fix all the joints and joint pain that I've had. But also, like, I do have a good ability to teach. Like, I'm one of those people that I've told you, if I know I can do something, I know I can do it. But it takes me a lot to get to that point. I don't know if I could teach a full class, an hour-long class, in a way that's fun for everyone, because that would kill me if people got bored, if I got complaints, if people walked out, if I didn't have enough people at class. It would feel like a judgment on me, and I don't know if that would kill something that I love, you know? But I get really encouraged by the people telling me that they would come to my class, would be so excited to do the class with me. I've had people say that, like, some of the routines that I've taught, they're like, that's so easy coming from you type of conversation. So I'm like, oh, that's really nice. And I would love to be a part of that. But at the same time, there's a lot of trepidation in trying to do that. Again, I'm not performing for like thousands of people. It would be a group of 20 people, dancing and just having a good time. But even like when new people come to class and like they're standing behind me, they may not be talking about me, but my paranoia is when they're giggling or laughing and seemingly joking that it's aimed at me, or someone who I love, or someone who is trying their best. Like, the idea that happening to the people also really freaks me out too, because that empathetic need to be like protecting people and be like, let people enjoy things. There's so much in that I'm like, I am interested in this. I don't know if I'm that confident.
There's a lot that I think a lot of people, including myself, can relate to, in that I've said often, I turn a lot of things I love into work, and that kind of ruins them for me. Or not ruins them, but it becomes a more stressful...
It's a have to instead of want to.
Exactly. And it would become I have to put more work into this. I have to be more serious about this. I have to think more about this. But also, it is rewarding. You've been doing it for so long. And I personally think that you're a good teacher. And so
we did our routines, didn't we?
We did. And I did. Yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you. See, good teacher.
So good.
I personally think you're a good teacher. So I think there's a reward to be found in that. And I do think that if you give it a good effort, which I know you would, because you've clearly made it, you're a little paranoid. So you put work into it. Not paranoid. That's not right. But
self-conscious.
That shows that you care about it. But I think that people do want you to succeed in general. I think that most people because the pain of failing is one you would have to endure with everybody. You kind of want to build people up in a situation like that.
I would hope so. Like, there's definitely that level of like seeing, because I've seen others, and I think this journey is because I've been with people for so long in these classes, and some people who are now wanting to teach are my fellow classmates. And so they're like, you should do it with me. You should do it with me. And some people who I'm like, you might have some struggles, and not because they're not trying, but because there are some things that they're not aware that they're not doing correctly, whether it's they're shy, so that they're not speaking out loudly to lead, like all those things, which do matter, but like wear a mic, like all these things, so like all these different things. But like, yeah, I do love this. And, in my fantasy world, I'm like, yes, I'm good at this. I could do this once or twice a week. It gives me free access to like good fitness centers that I don't have to worry about paying for, which would be nice. Like, that's the other thought. I was like, I could no longer have to pay, and I could just come to this gym membership for free. That's kind of nice. That saves me about, $500 a year. Let go, type of conversation. So there are definitely those benefits. But then also, like, I actually would have to study. There's, certifications that you have to learn about physical fitness, and it's not easy. Like, these are things that you should know people's health so that people don't get injured, or so like helping and assist in different conversations, and what type of exercise is good for this type of people, type of thing. Also, like, if y'all know about Zumba is a cult in its own. So that would definitely not be what I would want to teach. Even though I take a lot of those classes, the people who teach Zumba that I go to do variations. So like, it's not just straight like radio mix Taibo, which there's nothing with Taibo. I did it. You know what I'm talking about with Taibo?
Yes, I think I did it too.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not jazzercise, which there's nothing wrong with that. I think that still exists. I know there's a big studio in Atlanta that still exists.
I think a lot of these things are coming back.
Are
actually.
they? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But like, my jam is to dance, do routines, pretty easy, like adding squats and jumping jacks and all these things into it so you can do all the variations. So yeah, there are things that I'm thinking on, but it does put in an effort. There is an effort. So that is the other question. And also, this is a commitment. And if you've not noticed about me, I don't commit very long to some things in my hobbies. I've worked on my punch needle. Present for you is coming. And I pulled it out the other day. I'm still coloring. I really love my little coloring. And a friend of the show, Katie, got me some new markers, and that's helped. Although this one's like, those are real, like, wet. I don't know how else so they kind of spread a little far. It's a learning curve with those, but I like them a lot. They're very good colors. I'm still doing my gardening, and I've had probably around 20 tomatoes, y'all, successfully.
Oh, that's amazing.
And I got 9 to 10 more growing right now, which I'm a little fearful because the temperatures are dipping. So I'm like, do I need to cover them now? What do I need to do? And tons of like small cherry tomatoes, about 5 peppers. Like, a couple of them got eaten. You don't get those as fast as the tomatoes. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I've like 5 bigger peppers and at least 4 jalapeno peppers, which have not been very spicy, but they're still yummy. And tons of basil. I have spread that basil out everywhere. That I will say. I got tons of basil. So the gardening stuff is happening well. My new venture is trying to do like other vegetables. We still need like better land. I think that's the whole thing. But yeah, so just adding on to the things that I'm like, as I'm getting older, like, I want to find more interests. I want to do more things. I definitely need to be more active because I don't want like at my muscle to deteriorate or any of that. It's less of like losing weight or doing any of that, other than just like, I want to make sure that I can walk upstairs and not fall.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, but yeah, so let me know, have any of y'all, what is your take? Because I feel like the more and more I talk to people, it's not until later in life that you pick up new loves and new activities, Yeah.
I could definitely see that. I mean, not to compare you to my mom, but my mom.
Your mom is very sweet.
My mom is amazing, everybody. And I actually desperately want the two of you to meet.
I know. I cannot believe I've not met your mother yet.
Yeah, she is so sweet. I actually almost invited her when I was dog sitting to stay at your place.
You should have.
Because your place is much bigger than mine. So she stayed with me in my 1-bedroom apartment. But she got into like a lot of like puzzles and gardening and just all of these things that she does that I love hearing about her updates on them and all of that stuff. But it wasn't anything she did when she was younger.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, like, her reasoning and my reasoning are different. She had children, and I feel like that was a whole different conversation. Like, a lot of people who have children kind of pause their activities because they have this huge responsibility and you have a lot on your plate. So being able to divvy out work, children, hobbies, you're going to lose your hobbies first, which we have people who bring their children to the classes. I love that so much, especially when kids are willing, because it is really, especially for your first or second time, it's really unnerving because you know nothing. And then people who've been there like me, who've been 10 years, know all of the routines pretty quickly. And we know how each person paces the routine. So you catch on pretty quickly. So for people who are brand new, they're like, oh, and having young teenagers come and do it is one of the most fulfilling like moments as just a bystander. I'm like, wow, you must be really proud that your kids will want to be a part of this.
I did a bunch of, because my dad was a college professor, so I got like the, free classes at the college thing. So I did like Tai Chi and I did kickboxing and I loved it. Like, and I was 7th grade, 8th grade, but I loved it. So I think that's probably really fun for the kids who are like, yeah, let's go. I think that's probably really fun.
We'll commit to it and go for it. And be like, yes, that's part of the thing. Is just try it, and no one's caring. No, people are like, more impressed that you're actually trying than anything else.
Yeah, and a lot of people are more focused on making sure they don't look silly on their own moves.
Right.
They're not looking at you,
it's
really.
True. Most of the time it's true. Unless we're trying to help each other.
Exactly. Well, I would love to hear an update on this. Yeah, because I think that you'd be great at it, but I also don't want to pressure you into it because it is a whole other undertaking. But
it is,
I think you would be good at it. Oh, my mom, she saw your cross stitching that you gave to me. Needle punch. Sorry. Yeah. She saw that and she was like, "This is so cute. Where did you get this?" And I was like, "My friend Samantha made it."
Yes. Compliment.
So your hobbies are benefiting me.
I gotta bring it back out.
Tomatoes, happy times. Yeah. Yes. Well, listeners, we would love to hear about your hobbies, what you think about this. You can email us at hello@stuffnevertoldyou.com. You can find us on Blue Sky at Mom Stuff Podcast or on Instagram and TikTok at Stuff Never Told You. We're also on YouTube. We have new merchandise at Cotton Bureau, and we have a book you can get wherever you get your books. Thanks, as always, to our super producer, Christina, our executive producer, Maya, and our contributor, Joey.
Thank you.
And thanks to you for listening. Stuff Never Told You is a production by iHeartRadio. For more podcasts from iHeartRadio, you can check out the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcast, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows.